Alright, hey guys, what's up? This is Dark Hero Gaming, or Noah is my actual name, and this is the first video going up on YouTube, so it's kind of an intro at the same time, but we're going to start out with some Halo 5. So I'm starting up the first mission, changing stuff around to Heroic, and this is going to be, I guess, the first Let's Play is running through this. And I've already, since if you saw the difficulty settings before, I've been playing this a little bit. I've already ran through the campaign once. Since I got my Xbox One, this is the first game I got, and this game is freaking amazing. So, yeah, I don't know. The way this works on the One is, like, for recording, I have to record it in 5-minute segments. So here and there, if it looks like it's chopped up a bit, then it's probably because I had to cut in between the segments. And I tried to smooth that over in the Upload Studio as much as possible, but it might not have gone too well. So here, for this first little cutscene part, I'm going to try to be kind of quiet.
Spartan Locke. I have spent enough years with Oni to know the truth.
Cortana looks so happy and sad at the same time.
This is over. After all I have done,
A single tear.
I'll order you to kill us both.
I mean, that's the thing that might happen, yes. And here we have the intro of our main hero, Locke. Kind of hero, as we'll find out. Microsoft Studios presents 343 Industries.
Fire Team Osiris. Over the last 72 hours,
So for this part, when I was running, I saw I did all this commentary and post, so this is afterwards. So when I was running through this mission, I realized that in this cutscene here, when it shows the people talking, like it says Thomas L. Lasky the right way, but when Palmer pops up, it'll be facing inward for some reason, which makes absolutely no sense when you think about it from an actual standpoint of you're gonna, like, as if you're looking through it like that, see? So it'd be like you're looking through it from the inside, which you're not.
Understood, Commander.
Good luck, Spartan Locke. Infinity out.
Tracking gear online.
Affirmative. Say, before we make this jump, anybody want to say a few words?
I figure if God can hear how scared I am, so can everyone else. Locke, you buying first drink when we're done?
You ask?
Casual Buck. It's weird to see such a jump from, like, Halo ODST, where Buck's just a normal guy, to this, where he's like a Spartan, and somehow even weaker, if you can believe it. Make the jump. Halo 5 Guardians. Coming soon to a theater near you. This, I have to say, like, not having too much experience with Xbox One, I'm not sure how, like, other games, like, I haven't played Titanfall or anything, but the graphics in this cutscene right here blew me away. This is amazing. I was so happy with how they've done this, compared to older Halos, I guess, like 3, which isn't exactly fair since it's on a completely different platform even. Busting through shit. See, that's funny, is that you do all this in the cutscene, but then in the actual game you can Spartan charge into a rock and it'll fucking, like, blow you back like, no, fuck you. This is all needless violence. Why'd you have to jump into this dropship? We're just trying to go down the cliff. And if you were gonna be in there, you could have at least hijacked it. Oh, sorry about that. See, that's what I was talking about earlier with the pause, or the cutting between each video. I was pausing it there to make sure that I could pause in this cutscene because I didn't have to skip it for you guys. And the return of the Prometheans, where Vale just destroys them. It's one thing that bothered me going from there was a cut there. So I didn't completely smooth it out, but it's decent. But then going from Halo 3, where you complete the War with the Covenant, like you're supposed to be kind of at peace, and then jumping into Halo 4, where all of a sudden they're your mortal enemies again. It was like weird until you actually play Spartan Ops, and if you read any of the like the Kilo 5 books, then it explains it. Without that, they kind of make no sense. Finishing up the cutscene here, and into the actual gameplay, where I'm shooting at an elite that I have no control over.
Tanaka, full security.
Tried to go back for this energy sword here, and it's completely out of ammo, which was just disappointing. But here we go, into the fray of the firefight and death, with these beautiful dropships crashing off to the side.
Set a Forerunner straight
And that's
ahead.
like,
That's our target.
towards the end of this, Halsey says that she was here for 3 weeks, but they just didn't manage to disable any of the Forerunner defenses. They're all just hanging out, getting shot at the whole time. Getting blown away by this turret right here. But for the most part, this game, I don't think it was as difficult as Halo 4. Halo 4 I had a lot of trouble with the first time I played through it. Even though I did it kind of quickly, I just like had a whole day to myself where I did it. But this one was, I don't think as difficult at parts, but it did seem like you went down a lot easier. Which the enemies, one thing I did like about this, going from Halo, the older Halos to this, is it really seemed like once you pop their shield, if you shot them in like a vital place, like the head, if you get a headshot on an elite whose shields are popped, he dies almost every time in one shot, which felt a lot better to me, more realistic. That like, that's all that's standing between him and death, and once you take that down, you can kill him. And I have failed to kill many crawlers here.
All clear.
But that's
Move on toward Halsey's position.
another thing, is
Up the
it
cliff.
brings in new enemies here, and it changes some stuff, which was weird to me the first time, but now, playing through the game already. Oh yes, grapple. It's not like we could have figured that out on our own.
Soldier
Thanks,
was
game.
teleported through that ice wall.
Although this is a new mechanic here, which is that the Spartan Charge is something that I use in campaign a bit to get into these secret areas, but like, as far as multiplayer goes, I almost never use that, which I feel dumb for because then people kill me with it all the time. And I realized, so at the beginning, and right there where I went around that corner, there's a couple pieces of intel, where as far as this goes, I'm going to be trying more to just run through the game and get the story over with, finish the campaign more than actually collect the intel, since they're more of a side thing, and while they do give cool information, they're not like super important to the campaign. And then like if you guys, anybody who watches this, need like a guide, I don't know, I thought about maybe doing that, but it seems maybe like it'd be overdone by now, which I don't actually know if it is, but I know Rooster Teeth Achievement Hunter, they always post stuff. They have like a intel guide and a skull guide already out for this. So if that is something that you guys are looking for, then that's a great place to go. They normally do a really good job with it. Although I think I've only watched the first one. And then these new light rifles, which somehow destroy me when that soldier up there is using it, and I pop 4 shots into him there and barely even scratch him, and then miss the next 3. Definitely not a top-notch Halo player, although I'm not terrible. I'm just not nearly the best. That's the one thing though. So going from 4 to 5, you have the bolt shot, which in 4 was a semi-automatic pistol, where like you could charge it up. Where in this one it's completely different. It's a 3-round burst, and I'm not gonna use it a whole bunch. I don't think I use it in this episode. But then the suppressor is almost the same, except for in 4 it was just like an SMG, like had a set rate of fire. Where in this one it's more of a minigun that kind of spins up as you fire it, and both the bolt shot and the suppressor have the tracking bullets, which is really cool. So they did from 4 to 5 a lot of improving weapons and stuff. And I don't know, I know in the later missions you can find like special versions of them. Like in the mission 2, I think there's a special shotgun, and in a later one, either 5 or 6, there's a sniper, and then there's a saw towards the end of the game. And there's little things like that, and then you can get those same weapons in multiplayer. And that's another thing that just hidden throughout the mission. There's little goodies for you to collect. Another cut. That sucks. I don't know. The way you have to record these on the one is so weird, where I have to do 5-minute clips because it's a game DVR, and then smash them all together and try to rough it out, or not rough it, smooth out the rough edges, and then I have to voice this over, which it's something, which is better than nothing, but would be a heck of a lot better to get something like an Elgato, some kind of capture card. So that's something I need to work on in the future. Maybe Christmas is right around the corner now, so not impossible. Done with that skirmish now. Moving on. This whole first mission seems it's shorter than the other ones definitely, but it's a lot of these is more to introduce you to the enemies than anything else. So I don't, for the majority of this, I'm not having a whole lot of trouble besides just taking them out. Which is one thing. A lot of the guns seem it's not that they're bad, they just don't seem to do as much. Like the light rifle in this one sometimes seems like it's like a 2-hit kill, like for Covenant, and then for the Prometheans it does almost nothing, which is really weird. And I was trying to wait. I think I might have been in the way of that because it took so long for that door to open there. Finally get to head through, pick up some more light rifle ammo here, which going from 3 to 4, and 4 light rifle I think is the weapon I have the most kills without anything through like all the game modes, and I like it in this one still. It's a lot more powerful in this one, it seems like I said. It's very inconsistent though, but then it's slower, and it seems like it's more of a hard-hitting weapon, but only if you get the precision shots. So it's like half the time when I'm making body shots, it just seems useless. And then I was very confused. I came up over this ridge, and I thought I had passed something sleeping or something, but no, I just stepped in that fire there. That's all that happened. Just got burned a little.
Watch out for the Kraken. The Covenant are trying to use it to break the Promethean line.
That's what the Kraken. I was very confused the first time I played this. I have no idea. Had no idea what it was. And I guess this whole sequence here where the Kraken's just in the background flying around, I completely did not notice it. We're here, I'm still not even really looking at it, but you can still kind of see it out of the corner. And then later on, when you actually, like, when it comes into play later on, it's amazing. The Kraken's one of the coolest, like, things in this that the Covenant have. There's something in, like I was saying earlier, the Covenant going from 3 to 4 don't, like, they go from being you in the war and you think they're peaceful, and then they come back, which, if you read, there's a bunch of Halo books. There's one, the Kilo 5 trilogy, talks about, one of the enemies, I was trying to take out that knight, he just kneed me in the nuts and ran off, like, fuck you, hit and run, so I had to get help here. I think that's, I don't go down too much in this mission, although that's one of them. And then, but in the Kilo 5 trilogy, it talks about, the leader, the Covenant leader that we see here in this mission, missed a bunch of them special shots. Jul Imdama, how like he started this rebellion and everything, but if you don't read the books, you miss a whole big chunk of that, which is something that kind of sucks, but I guess it's their way of like, hey, we can't give you as much lore in the game because we have to focus on game story, but if you want all this, you can read the books. So I do highly recommend, all the Halo books are awesome. I just read Contact Harvest, and I'm reading First Strike right now, and I've read a couple of the other ones. The Kilo 5 are in between 3 and 4, and they're all really good, and they set up the stage for 4. And then, honestly, don't remember what I was gonna say there. Here, I completely whiffed that. I went up to get Vale, like, oh yeah, it'll be fine, I'm behind cover, and I didn't see that turret up there, and it just destroyed me, so I had to call for help and get her up again. And then this, I don't think this is the last firefight in this mission, but this is towards the end, and this whole part here I was having trouble with this time I ran through it, which in the first time I played this mission I don't remember having nearly as much trouble here, where could not kill any of these knights, just kept either, I don't know if I was just missing, or if I was just bad, or if I wasn't making enough precision shots or what, but those knights on the turrets and the 3 or 4 that are guarding the door down here I had a lot of trouble with. I think go down, maybe not, nope, saved it right there. Clutch with that suppressor. And then, I don't know, I think I already passed it. Early on in the mission, I was completely whiffed a plasma grenade because I was trying to throw it with the left trigger because this one has so much different controls than any of the other Halos. So I was trying to throw it with the left trigger, aim down the sights, and then whiff the grenade. And still, I ran back into cover there and got trapped. Had to wait for somebody to come get me. But we're towards, there's another guy. God dang. towards the end of the mission here, everybody's dying. We're trying to just clear out these last few soldiers. And we got 2. Last one is up on this turret here, and that's the one that was causing us so much trouble earlier. It was the last one we actually got, even though it was probably the most high priority. Oh, well no, I guess there was a couple more. But yeah, going into Halo 5, it is really cool to see all these graphic changes. That's what I understand why it's Xbox One exclusive based on or versus the 360, because a lot of these graphics and stuff, it really does look like it's meant for this, like, and that the 360 might not even be able to handle this, and it's a really beautiful game. And then here, I was trying to, door would not unlock because all this dialogue's going on, and found this little piece of intel here. But it just, having to buy a whole new console for a game like this, especially if there's only one game you really want, sucks. But at the same time, I mean, they're shutting down the old ones eventually. You're gonna have to upgrade. Why try to get it in while you can, is what I thought, basically, because I didn't have an Xbox One for a long while. I actually got the Halo 5 one in October when this came out. I got it the week before, and this thing's awesome. Sponsor? No, not really. But it's expensive. But if you wait, if you don't want to upgrade and you wait, it can get better. But with their sales and stuff, it is a good opportunity to do something like this, because you see these games like Halo 5 and Black Ops 3 that just came out, and Battlefront. All these games that are awesome are moving ahead, and if, like, for a lot of people, if you want to stay with that, you kind of have to go up too, which sucks, because like the old consoles, I love my 360, but something like this, you just gotta adapt with it, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. Oh, another thing I was gonna mention, these knights here, I didn't hear earlier on, they said something about, they're the new knights that they mentioned on whatever Colony World, and I completely missed that the first time. I'm like, these knights are way different, and they're so much harder to kill in this game, because in Halo 4, they were difficult, because there was like the crawlers and the watchers, and then there's the knights that are like the big infantry, like elites, and they almost were as difficult as elites. And then in this game, they're like worse than hunters, and the soldiers kind of took their niche, so they're a lot worse in this game. And that's something that I had trouble with the first time, is you have to shoot them in the back to do the damage. I never ever could do that, but if you get like a scatter shot or something and get up close, you can.
Would you like to discuss the finer points of casual reconciliation?
You use a lot of big words, Dr. Halsey. I think you're just trying to confuse the alien. That's kind of racist, if you ask me.
And I can. However, I did not claim to be able to access it.
And here comes Osiris. We're gonna kill him. That's what I won't spoil it yet. But those in the books and in Halo 4, even though he's more in the backgrounds and in Spartan Ops, Jul Ndama is like the leader of the Covenant. Like, he's the big high priority target, and you're chasing him down in Spartan Ops and you never managed to catch him. And then in this game, in the first 20 minutes in this mission, you're just like, oh, here he is. Looks like this is a perfect opportunity, and Locke just tanks his way through everything, takes him out. Spoilers. Osiris busting. And that, I don't know. Like, I guess they had things planned for this, so they couldn't keep the Covenant going, like, keep this whole thing with Ndama going, but it kind of sucks, especially if you read the book. You get his perspective, and like his wife and family and stuff, and he has to leave them all to lead this charge, and it's like, oh, Locke just knifes him in the neck right here, and it's over. And it seems very short-lived. And that's in Halo, they're all, even after 3 you end the war with the Covenant, and then from 4 and then to 5, and then almost even like after 5 now, the Covenant will still be attacking you, and it seems like there's always a convenient excuse for them to be the main enemies.
It took you long enough.
And now we've rescued Halsey to deal with her incessant bitching as we go back to the ship. Here we go. Infinity. First good look at it in this game.
Fire Team Osiris, you are cleared to land in Docking Bay 11.
Docking Bay 11. I wonder, like, in Halo 4 and Spartan Ops, you do get to explore a bit of it, but it'd be cool to see. Oh wow. That jump cut. But it'd be cool to see a lot more of Infinity. Like, even if in how in Destiny you have the tower, and in other games you have like a hub like that. It'd be cool to be able to come back and do stuff here instead of just kind of seeing it from the outside. See, that's what I mean. She says 3 weeks ago, but there's still all these Forerunners and stuff. Were they just now charging, or like there were turrets and stuff set up and they just ignored them?
Good work, Osiris.
Alright, so this is winding down. Thanks you guys for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, and if you want to see more of this, subscribe. Thank you.